Welcome to another Sports View, a production of Women Love Sports 2. I'm Talisha, your host for today. And of course, we have everyone. Everyone, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Go on. Who wants to go first?
I'm Marilyn, a Ravens fan.
Well, okay, I can go. I'm Sarai, and I'm a Dolphins fan.
Ooh. Go ahead, Desiree.
I'm Desiree. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a big Steelers fan from New Jersey.
I'm Andre, and I'm an Eagles fan.
Hey, and always, hey guys, it's your boy TG. Hey, I'm back one more week, and go Pack, go.
Okay. And I got my reggae girls today.
Don't you do that.
So we're going to talk about football. Let's talk about some games that we already had. I want to see what you guys thought of them. First, I want to talk about the Dolphins and the Patriots. How do we feel about that?
They need Tom Brady back.
Ooh.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. That game, as of all weeks, it was a decent-sized game. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott benched. I mean, Cowboys, you didn't see that coming. But, I mean, overall, looking at the Dolphins, we got something to talk about throughout the season. Tua and Tyreek Hill, they're a combination that's very deadly. Talking about playoffs, I'm liking their chances.
Tyreek Hill, he didn't do too well that game. That's all I'm trying to say. It says that he only had about 40 yards that game.
That's for. I gotta agree with you there. I mean, last week the man almost ran out the stadium. I mean, the week before he got to take some kind of break. I do give him that, but I mean, talking about the quarterback Tua, that combination with their offense is just magical. I can't wait to see what happens throughout the season. I do give you kudos for that because he didn't do it well, but he ran out the stadium last week. So,
okay. Now I know I'm going to get some stuff out of this one. How about the Ravens versus the Bengals?
I'm not a big Ravens fan.
That was a good game. That was a good game. I was hoping they would win. I was so shocked when they did. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, I knew Maryland was going to come up with that one.
How about those Cowboys?
Yeah.
Look, we're not going to talk about Dallas. We're going to keep on subject, Maryland. Wait, look, I'm going to tell you this. Joe Burrow going down. That's the story to talk about. He came in the preseason banged up, and everybody's like, Joe Burrow's back. Let's go. And then he tweaks his calf once again. If you didn't hear me on my podcast, Who Got You Entertainment, I'll say it here first. It's not a good season for them. But for the Ravens, I'm liking their chances. I'm liking it. It's early, but if Lamar stays healthy and that running back core stays good, you got something going. But always, the Ravens running back core has some kinks in the core, then they go down.
Well, I'm a Steelers fan, so I'm always against the Ravens. That's our biggest rival. But I will say I give kudos to the Ravens. I respect it because they have all black quarterbacks. So I still respect the team, but that is my rival. But they are pretty good. I will say that.
Punchy, very punchy.
I like that you can still say, even though that's your arch rival, your nemesis. Even though it's your nemesis, you can still say that. I appreciate that about you, Desiree.
Yes.
I would also like to point out that our special guests today are from Virginia State University. So I want to put that out there. Representing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, and then yesterday we had the Browns versus the Steelers. What do we think of that game?
First of all, first play, interception. Boom, there it is, PJ Watt. Okay, that automatically, I was like, okay, we might win, but we did struggle, and I knew that we were going to struggle. I'm not gonna lie. Chubb's getting hurt. first of all, not
Yes,
too much struggle.
struggled
but
like
some
Tyreek
games-
Hill in that game.
Struggle.
Yeah. This game just was a lot of yay and no. Kenny Pickett didn't do as best. I feel like, to me, as a Steelers fan, I feel like they should have put Rudolph in second quarter or at least third quarter, because Kenny Pickett's mind just was everywhere and he was literally not able to get the ball past anything other than a third down. Everything just was straight up 4th and 10, 4th and 17. It wasn't looking good like the entire game. But then we would get like, yay, it's a touchdown. And then it's, okay, fumble. So it was just an up-down game. I don't feel like I would say
But
that my team
wanna
is
say-
positive and going into the Super Bowl.
What'd you have, Andre?
I was gonna say, but let's not forget though, during the last 7 seconds, a rookie did score on you guys. TJ Watts got down that field and walked down that field at that point. He walked so slow, I had my phone, I was walking with him.
You want to know something? That was very upsetting to see him just walk into that. And I blame that on Matt Canada. So I'm not blaming it on my
Oh
team.
my goodness, Andre, I'm gonna have to go with you on this one. I don't like neither team. I think they'll both kind of crap the bed and go home and not watch the playoffs with their charcuterie boards and their string cheese. But
Y'all coming now. Y'all coming hard.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I forgot to mention when we were talking about the Ravens, Odell Beckham Jr. returning to the NFL. How we feeling about that?
His intro was good. He killed it. He killed his tribute a little bit. Could have been a little more Ray Lewis, but he did what he could. So I'm gonna give him that.
Look,
I would say Odell did better this game. Last game he had 29 receiving yards. This game he had 37. So it was a big improvement. So he's getting more on his feet and getting things together. And I feel like he's going to improve more. Now, would I like him to play back on the Giants? Yes, I would, because I'm from Jersey. I'm still a Giants fan. So, yeah, I would love to see him back with the Giants. But he did do good last game. He came back with revenge. We'll say that.
Well, I think also I like him because he adds a little color, a little pizzazz, a little sex appeal to the team. So I'm happy to have him in Baltimore.
oh my goodness. See, Andre, look, we're going to have these guys on the side of the ballpark here. Look, I'm going to tell you this. Odell is just eye candy for the women on the field, which is no problem with that in NFL. It happens all over. But I think he should have stayed in the locker room for that celebration. He hasn't been on the squad for literally, he barely a 2-week notice period. But he's out there doing that sloppy. Like Ray Lewis probably was sitting at home like cringy, probably turned the TV. This guy's like a $175 soaking wet, and he's out there trying to do some kind of maneuver like that. I hope he don't tear his ACL or nothing going out there.
Oh, don't even say that out loud.
Yes, knock on wood, knock on wood.
Hey, look, Odell can do that, though. His history literally shows that he can do that. If he wants
Oh
to
my goodness. Look, I gotta go get you there. You gotta say history. That's for the books. We can record that anytime, but not for some legend. You don't go out there and celebrate, then you go out there and have this kind of game. You didn't score a touchdown, and you're out there you acting like you're MVP.
Thank you.
And
You're gonna hit
at
Ray
the end of the
Lewis.
day, he's going to be MVP.
Okay. Only in sleep and sheep and good weather. That's the only thing he's going to be getting.
I heard someone mention the Giants, of course. So they had that huge loss coming out week 1. They came back and barely beat Arizona. How are we thinking their season's going to go? Especially since
very much how it started. Downhill.
They need Kaepernick. They need Kaepernick.
Oh, that's a sharp blow. That's a sharp blow. I mean, I'm going to look, Desiree, I'm going to let you have it here after this. But look, with this team, I mean, look at the first game. They let Daniel Jones, their starter, their franchise, stay out there after losing by 30-plus points. And then you just let him get manhandled. I mean, he should have just faked the injury and went to the sideline. That's what I would have did. And now you lost Saquon Barkley. Now you don't even have a starting running back anymore. And your offensive line can't even guard Micah Parsons. One guy. You got 2 sacks of potatoes sitting out there, and they can't guard one man. And that's horrible. Their season's not going to do nothing. They'll be the last thing in the NFL.
Preach.
Oh,
I gotta agree with that.
That was really harsh. Okay. I feel like the Jets need Kaepernick, but I'm just gonna say that. But the Giants haven't been good in a really, really long time, and I feel like their franchise needs to change. They need a whole new rearrangement right now. But I will say, Jones threw 321 yards this winning game compared to last game of only 104. So the comparison between the two, I feel like he noticed what was wrong, and they went back to practice, they fixed it, and I think they're going to get just a little bit better. Do I feel like they're going to have a winning season? No, I do not feel that way. But do I feel like they have a chance of winning some games? Yes, I do. I do, and I stand by that. Because
before you move on, before I let our host move on, I got to come back with a rebuttal here. Look here. They played the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Kudos to them. They got great Hall of Famers that came out of the house. But they're in the house now, and they're in their rocking chairs. But in the meantime, they played Joshua Dobbs, the old third-string QB for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a rookie there. Yes. And they played the Cardinals. Like, they played Arizona. Like, they should win this game. They should have beat them 40-0. But they didn't even do that. They won by the scraps.
Yes.
Now,
I'm just
I gotta agree
with
Kaepernick.
Sigan?
You brought up Kaepernick.
Oh, boy.
And Aaron Rodgers tore that ACL. So,
yeah, a lot of people are saying the Jets should at least interview him, but I don't see that happening.
Do we really think he has a chance?
Look, I'm going to have to kick this can real quickly. It's no. I mean, he's caused enough trouble for himself. I mean, obviously we want him to see for our movement. We want to see for the culture. I would love to see him hit the field again, but he's really axed himself in this situation. Even after the kneeling, he kind of even put himself back in a situation that he shouldn't have did. I'm not knocking the man. He was a great QB, but even when the Colts came after him a few seasons ago when Andrew Luck left the field, they even shot him down. He didn't leave because of what you want to call it, his agent. He left because the team is simply going after Joe Flacco, which is not even half a quarterback, and some other kid. They're going after I'm going to call it what it is, Caucasian QBs. And they're treating it like that, just like any other environment. They do that, and they don't want to give the black quarterback the chance because he took a stance when nobody else would. I do like that he did that, but they're not going to give it to him, unfortunately. He's on the blacklist of the NFL. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like, in all honesty, if Kaepernick does a public apology, I feel like everybody could forgive him for that because honestly, at that time, it was a really black movement. I mean, we were going through a lot at that period of time. And once he stood up, it went down to the NBA, then it went to the WNBA. Like, it was a lot going on, but other people weren't as affected as Kaepernick was. And that's mainly because he took a stand. Now, do I feel like it's going to be harder for him to get back in the NFL? Yes, because he did do that Netflix series, and he put out a lot of information dealing with that. So I feel like because of the Netflix series, it might give him a harder time with that apology and people accepting him to get back in. But I would like to see him back on the field. I would, because everybody deserves a second chance in his life. And if he could get a second chance and prove himself, then what had happened in the past is irrelevant now.
Well, let's take it a few steps back and let's go to college football. So how about Colorado State? Well, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. That's not what I meant to say. I meant.
Look, you're not wrong on that, but I like that. Look, I like that. Oh, watch out. Watch out. Look, y'all gonna make me go to my vehicle and get my glass. I don't like this. Oh,
I'm
did she
down with
pull out?
prime time.
Oh
We're
my
ready.
goodness. Look. I guess I'll take the stab at this too. We watched that game. We watched the last two. They are not shockingly good. This is expected. Shador and his pops Dion are changing the culture of football. I don't care what nobody say. They don't like it because it's a black man dominating college football right now. And then if anybody watched that game, it went into 2:00. I had to wake up at 4:00 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, one more time. And then let's talk about that illegal hit. That hit. I mean, it left that guy with almost no kidney, and they got death threats. But I mean, it's not worth that. But I mean, you hit an illegal blow. But back to Dion, man, it's gonna be a long season for the rest of the teams he play against. I can't wait to watch it. Where's Saturday football at? Come on.
But you know,
Okay.
the bottom line is for a lot of these schools is the money, and he is bringing in the money, and that will draw a lot of attention. Also, I think this game was in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken, of viewership for
Yep.
college football games. And it may have been the only like regular season. You know, this wasn't like 2 big championship teams. This wasn't a playoff game. This wasn't a bowl game. I mean, that's rather amazing. The numbers he's racking up.
I'm gonna say I definitely agree with Deion Sanders doing big with the culture. I mean, this man brought out Lil Wayne. He had Offset there, Key Glock, Des Banks, The Rock. I mean, this man is
Dr. Dre.
yes, this man
Yeah,
is basically saying I can bring in distractions, and my team is still gonna be focused. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, he brought over 9 HBCU players to the team, 86 new players, and then went on 60 Minutes and said, I don't think I want to coach the NFL because the NFL has rich players who are not motivated. He wants to motivate college students, college players, and get them to get to the NFL, but understand what it takes to get there. When you're already coaching, NFL players who's confident already that feel like they can overcoach you, you can't really guide them to where they need to go because they already feel like they're at the top already. There's no type of inspiration there. So I totally agree that he's doing big with the culture. He's bringing out and letting people know, hey, HBCU players are just as good as these D1 players over here. And I think that is something real big. And not only that, I feel like we should also be looking at D3 players too. They don't get enough recognition. And so you can't just bless those in D1. You need to bless other ones. But I really do feel like he's doing a great job with impacting the culture.
And I feel like it shows on the field as well. Like there were many times where they could have clashed like with each other, or they could have, gotten their hopes down because it was a very neck to neck game. It was like, okay, they're gonna score. Oh my God, they scored. Or it was like the interceptions and things like that. So it's like they have respect for him, and I feel like that's why he's able to do the things and talk the way that he talks. Like buying everybody on the team sunglasses. Now everybody's wearing the sunglasses and things like that. Like he just shows like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do it well. And it showed. Like it showed. Like we were saying, you have people staying up till 2 a.m. watching a college football game. You don't hear that a lot. You don't hear that a lot. So it shows a lot that he's making an impact and he's changing a lot, and he's changing the future when it comes to the transfer portal, to college football, and just being a black athlete, period. So, yeah, a lot of props to him.
Yes. Now, going from a positive role model coach to Michigan State, we have the coach there who's been fired with cause in order to not have to pay him that $79 million. He had 7 days to respond, and apparently he's responded. So that whole sexual assault thing.
Look, I will say this with something like that. I mean, it's one of those touchy subjects, and it's one of those subjects that definitely don't want to hear about or see, and you never condone anything like that to happen to whoever the victim may be. And it's very sad that, I mean, coaches are still doing that, and some of the ones that haven't been actually caught yet. And I mean, we saw that with, not only you look back at the what's his name, the guy from the Olympians, that doctor, and see how long he had did that, and the people that he affected. It's sad. And I mean, it's just, it's heartbreaking to see that, and the individuals have to live with that for a long time. And I hope they get the resources they rightfully need to help them cope with that. And I hope he gets whatever extent of the law that he deserves, because he needs to. It's just point blank, period.
This is a touchy subject because I am a woman, and I would feel like if he wasn't suspended or fired, that something fishy would be going on with the program. And I mean, you don't really like hearing about things like this dealing with any type of coach for a team, because this is a coach that's leading other men. And for him to do something like that, it's kind of like contradictive, because now these other athletes that were looking at you as a role model is now thinking to themselves, wow, so everything that you told me was a lie. And now they have to go through, just mental health with dealing with, okay, now we're going to have the new coach. We got to try to figure him out. We got to try to figure out, can we trust this coach? Do we continue to listen to this coach? Now you have all these athletes sitting here thinking to themselves, like, should I just go to a different team? Because at that moment, I would feel like maybe I should, because the program should have noticed this a while ago. Of course, people hide their, they hide the things that they do. But I think they should really start, when they hire people, start going really into the background and really asking more questions when they interview, and seeing what their social media is like and how their family is, things like that. Then you go a little bit deeper. If they're going to have somebody this huge teaching and coaching at this level for these type of men out here, because let's face the facts, there's more men incarcerated. And something like that is a very, very hard thing to sit here and forgive.
So,
Well, remember, there's really nothing new under the sun. It is human nature to do a lot of these things. There's always some coach that's getting caught doing something that violates NCAA rules. So, I mean, there are just people out there who are going to take the chance. And we see it on a regular basis, whether it's sports or Hollywood, what have you.
Especially like in the day and time that we're in, it's kind of like everything is being shown in such a bright light. You got social media, you got messages, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, like all those big platforms where you can like blast it to millions of people. So it's like, it's not only thinking about the coach, but let's think about the athlete who went through it. Because they have to get themselves together, and they have to walk outside and see their peers. And I'm pretty sure people know on the university who the athlete was. So he has to walk around with that on his mind every day. So I was thinking about like the trauma, like you have to go through to face that,
and to take a 180, lighten the mood,
Thank you.
I want to talk about Virginia State University. Are we looking at an undefeated season right now? I think we were 3-0.
We are 3-0.
We are 3-0.
Ooh.
Yes, we are, man.
Look, I like how you guys are talking. Look, as being a double graduate of Virginia State University, getting my master's in 2022, I am like, boy, oh boy, the spotlight for homecoming is going to be very lit, as we would call it. This season will be great. Salem, Virginia, I think that's where it's going to be at. Watch out, because the Trojans, the land of Troy, is transcribing over there and going to Salem. No doubt in my mind, it's going to happen. Look at how those boys are playing. I go around the city like, we beat Norfolk State. What?
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We
And
beat
the
Norfolk
food
State
was good.
33-24. Yes, we did.
Yeah. It was a
Yes,
great.
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And you want to know something? Last game, our quarterback threw 192 yards. Okay, let's put him to the NFL. Let's go ahead, sign that off. Okay, whole team is working together. I mean, for all the years that I've been, I graduated in 2016 now. Okay, so this year I'm looking at the football team and I'm seeing how much they're working together, how much they're really into the game. They're making sure that they're focused. They're making sure that their rushing yards are great. Okay, the everybody's just focused, and I'm just so blessed and so happy to see it. Okay, and I don't care what nobody says. We are going undefeated, and let me just say this: we're going to the playoffs too, baby. Yes, we are.
Okay.
I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be on the sidelines. I'm gonna be interviewing who I need to interview. You watch. I'm gonna be right there.
I'll agree on going to the playoffs. Undefeated, it's gonna be a stretch. Not to, I'm only being real, and I'm only saying this because I was a former athlete. I know how it can get. After homecoming, that's when everything starts doing this, because you just got finished partying, and you got to think about all the distractions that's gonna be happening. I'm being real. As an athlete, I gotta put it out there. I already know how it gets. After homecoming, you'll be surprised how much the 180 will hit you so hard. It'll hit you so hard, and it'll make you forget what you're doing. So hopefully their heads are on straight, because their first 3 games, I had my doubts. I had my doubts, but once I seen them playing, I'm like, oh, so they're actually like a unit. So okay, cool. In the other game, they did it again. I'm like, okay, cool. And then they did it one more time, and they really did it the last time for me. So I was like, I believe in them. I know they can do it. Undefeated will be a stretch, though. It will be a stretch.
Hey, if you went 55-12, I'm gonna say undefeated.
There you go. Okay. And look, that was one team. I'm not knocking them with their W. They got a W. They got a W hands down. That's going to books. But the next team, you think they're gonna just lay down and get them 12 points again? For the next team?
Nah, it's gonna be about 7-0.
Someone's gonna try to work them. And let me tell you, Bowie State, dogs, okay? They coming.
So, besides football, we have other sports that are out there in the college realm, such as lacrosse, which people don't seem to realize that we have in the HBCU universe. Currently, there are 4 lacrosse teams across the HBCUs. There's Virginia State University, there's Delaware State, there's Howard, and there's University of DC. And I heard that we have a coach.
Oh no, I'm a player. It's okay. Yes, I am a player. I'm a grad transfer, and I am the only grad transfer. So it kind of, that leadership role, that coaching role, kind of does apply. You're like a coach without saying you're a coach, But yes, I am the only grad, and I am very excited to be part of the first. We actually have a play day, October 8th. It's at Virginia State, and it will be Virginia State, University of DC, Howard, and Delaware State, and it'll be the first time that all 4 HBCUs will be playing against each other. So it's a chance to kind of showcase ourselves, us being, the newbies around town, but it's also a chance for the other HBCUs that don't really get that much exposure to kind of showcase themselves, and it'll be a fun event. So if you guys can come out, definitely come out for that. But it's been very exciting. We've been practicing, we've been lifting and things like that, just trying to get ready and just trying to really showcase who we are and what we're made of, because being minorities playing a sport that is not pertaining to minorities can be very difficult, but as long as we stand together, then we can definitely make it very, very far. So I'm very excited to be part of this and get to experience it for 2 years and not just 1. So.
And what position do you play?
I play attack. Okay. What was that? Did you ask me a question?
Well, you froze.
Can
She
you
froze.
repeat that? What position you play?
I play. Okay. So,
I do, but I couldn't hear what position you play.
Okay, so it's basically offense and defense is kind of split up into 3 different positions. So you have defense, you have your midfield that play offense and defense, and then you have something called attack, which is your offense. So I play attack, so I'm an offensive player. So I score all the goals.
Ooh, look, I will tell you this. Congratulations on that. I am glad for HBCUs expanding the sports, not only lacrosse, but then seeing that seeing that soccer has hit the field. I mean, I haven't been at the Atlanta Troy in a while, and I live literally 30 minutes up the road in Richmond. But I mean, I saw them break ground with the soccer field, and I go, "Wait, what? We got soccer?" And then I saw the graphic pop up, and I'm going, "I gotta get down there." And then you got lacrosse. I love sports all the way around. I don't care who's playing. I mean, I'll come support you. If you got a jersey number, please let me know. I'll go get a custom jersey with your number on it.
Hey,
I'm one of those alumni.
I got a trivia question for you. Which is the only HBCU that has a polo team?
Oh my goodness.
That has a polo team.
Is it
Ola?
not Spelman? It's
I don't know.
oh, what's it's all man's college, right?
Morehouse.
Morehouse. Yes. I remember saying that maybe some months ago. I knew the all man's part, but I couldn't figure out the name. I was like, Spelman. I'm like, what the heck is that about? And then I thought about it. Yeah, that is I saw that picture. It was very nice to see it. I shared it everywhere.
Yeah, you threw me through a loop when you said Spellman. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, you did. I think I threw myself for a loop. Look, you know how you got something to come out your brain? You're like, no, that one right? That one right?
Hold on, that.
Hey, production, take that off the script.
Yes, it's a very, very exciting year. And I wear number 11, so our season is springtime, so around February, that's when our games will start. So look out for number 11. That's me.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll be looking for number 11.
Number 11.
Okay, well, I think we had another successful show. Everybody had fun?
Yes.
Yes. This was fun. This was fun.
This was
It was very entertaining. I can finally speak about sports and not look like the only girl that knows what she's talking about. Nobody else is. Everybody's like, and I'm like, why don't you know this? Football's so awesome.
And tell them they can find us.
That's like for the Colorado game. I had some teammates over, and I'm like, I'm waiting for this football game to start. And they're like, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't care. We need to watch it. It's so exciting. It's so exciting to watch. Lots of fun. Thank you guys for having us. This was so much fun.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I hope we can do this again.
Yes.
You're welcome. And this has been another production of, this has been a production of Another Sports View brought to you by Women Love Sports 2. There you go. I can say words. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna be back in 2 weeks.
2
I'll be
weeks.
back, yeah.
My Steelers
I'll
gonna
be
win
back in 2
again.
weeks.